We think of bullies as hulking, loud, brash, aggressive thugs, mostly male, and many are. They're yang in the yin-yang sense, assertive and decisive, in contrast with yin, gentle and receptive. Male dominance and the patriarchy are real. Women and milder men have had to deal with it for millennia. Still, it would be selling them short to assume that they haven't put up a fight. Being able to resist has always been a survival priority. Humans may be at our most inventive in generating noping strategies, our ways of saying no, setting boundaries, resisting and insisting. It can be done in any style. There are yin or gentle ways to fight, and yes, even bully. Call it yintimidation, thuggish behavior that presents as kindly, gentle, and receptive. Since people with more yin characteristics aren't hulking and loud, their strategies are different. They don't threaten with loud voices and flexed biceps. Their strategies of choice are pulling moral rank, shaming and blaming. It can be very effective. Most hulking men grew up trying to please their mothers. Many mothers learned to control their unruly boys with disappointment, shaming, and disapproval. Yintimidation taps into that vulnerability to shaming. These are challenging times for women. In the past, women could rely on moral institutions like the church to back up their moral shaming. Those institutions are weaker than they were. Many women let down their guards by admitting to human qualities traditionally associated with men. Men are softening too, but in general, women are competing for men's roles more than men are competing for women's. How can gentler souls compete these days? Not by bulking up, but by doubling down on the moralizing. With the relaxation of moral standards, you might think that moralizing loses its power. It hasn't. Instead, it has become a moral free-for-all. Anyone can claim they're owed whatever they want by treating a personal preference like it's a moral mandate. Translating I want into you owe. Translating disappointment into shaming and blaming as though you're not getting what morality dictates is your due. There are few signs that the meek will inherit the earth. Since yang bullying is so effortless, loud voices, big bodies, women and gentler souls are leaning into intimidation techniques that rely on moralizing for their bullying power. A big one is playing victim, acting as though in the give and take, push and shove of everyday competition, they're only being pushed and shoved, oppressed, forced to give up everything. Acting like they're bullied is an effective form of bullying yintimidation. How can you tell whether someone is yintimidating you? Here are some possible signs that someone is moralizing, playing victim, pulling moral rank on you, like you're a sinner, which proves they're a saint. Believe me, I'm nice. Shaming you works best from a posture of pure, innocent virtue. Intimidators will try to bully you into taking their word for their virtue. They'll declare their virtue, which is easy for any of us to do. You are morally obligated to let your guard down, and if you don't, you're bad. They'll brand themselves with all sorts of virtues, anything that sounds positive. They're kind, generous, loving, caring, honest, Christian, open-minded. Hey, be nice. We think of niceness, love, kindness, caring, empathy, and compassion as virtues so pure that we rarely bother to think about what these terms mean. They all boil down to accommodating others. To be nice to someone is to accommodate them, to compromise, bending your will to theirs. Intimidators are quick to say be nice as though it's your moral duty to accommodate them, giving them whatever they want. If you don't give in, you're immoral. Shame on you. Be nice to everyone always, so why can't you just be nice to me? Those positive virtue terms sound cost-free. People say love is the answer, never be uncaring. If these virtue terms boil down to accommodating people, we can't, won't, and shouldn't. Compromising to accommodate people costs you. You can't be kind to everyone. Kindness to some is often unkindness to others. The intimidators will tend to act like they've transcended transactionalism. They virtue signal that everyone should stop tracking who owes what to whom. They haven't. Rather, they want to convince you to accommodate them by pretending it costs you nothing. As such, they're like the CEO who tells you that their corporation is one big family to get you to take a pay cut. Calm down. Sounds like you're getting angry. I must have touched a nerve. I'm not attacking you. The Yintimidator's overarching strategy is to pose as purely virtuous. So if there's a problem, it must be you. They can do this with blanket self-reported self-approval or by shifting the focus to your problems, chiefly your emotional irrationality. By their subjective self-flattering standards, they're objectively calm, kind, and loving. They're not yelling, so how could they be attacking you? They're showing you compassion and empathy. Compassionate with your inability to be nice like they are. If their claim of innocence agitates you, you're guilty of even more emotional instability. I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. Like all bullies, Yintimidators want to see themselves as perfectly consistent. No self-contradictions. In terms of the yin-yang symbol, they're pure yin, no yang, beyond a shadow of that yang dot. But if you're listening carefully and they blame you consistently for mishearing them, chances are they don't want to admit to their inconsistencies. At the extreme, they'll nitpick. If you paraphrase what they said, they'll say, I didn't say that word, to shame you into feeling wrong, bad, and the whole problem, not them. You're not seeing the whole picture. But look, I never said I was perfect. A Yintimidator knows exactly how you would and should behave if you were virtuous like them. They imply that they are perfectly consistent and have a grand overview from which to play supreme judge. As such, they are qualified and authorized to psychologize your flaws in detail and with perfect, gentle neutrality. They don't have any flaws. They don't even have the flaw of claiming they're perfect. Not that they're willing to admit to any particular flaws or mistakes. Here's a scripted debate with a Yintimidator, ironically on the topic of whether we all want to feel exceptionally virtuous.
I disagree.
With what?
With your whole theory that all people crave affirmation, that we all try to feel exceptional.
Good. Please tell me what you disagree with.
It's just wrong.
I hear you, but why?
Well, obviously some people are needy, but not all of us. I'm not.
Are you saying you agree with the theory, but with exceptions, and you're one of them?
I didn't say that.
You said you're not needy.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
You said not all of us and that you're not.
Don't tell me what I said. I know what I said. What I said was that I don't think that all people are needy and trying to feel exceptional.
Would you say that you're an exception?
I didn't say that.
I thought I heard it.
Well, then you misheard me, probably on purpose because you can't take criticism.
Tell me more.
Look, I'm very open-minded. I take criticism very well. I'm open to your theory, but you don't have to get defensive about it.
You think I'm getting defensive?
Well, you're attacking me for my criticism. You're playing gotcha with me. You're not open to criticism.
Let me understand. I should believe you when you say that you're open-minded, and I should believe you also when you say I'm not, that I'm closed-minded.
I didn't say you were closed-minded. Stop putting words in my mouth.
No, you didn't say those exact words, but isn't that what you're not open to criticism means?
My point, which you're obviously defensive about, is that people aren't needy. People want love and connection.
Okay, so why do they want love and connection?
Because love is good. Everyone wants love because love is good. You're just a cynic.
You're certainly entitled to your opinion about what I am, but you didn't answer my question. Why do people want love?
Because love is good.
So you disagree with my theory that people want love because they need reassurance, affirmation, and ways to feel exceptional. And you're saying...
Speak for yourself. You shouldn't generalize about people.
You're saying in general people shouldn't generalize?
See? There you go again, attacking and insulting me when I'm just trying to give you my honest opinion. More of your gotcha questions.
Sounds like you're claiming to state facts. I'm insulting people shouldn't generalize.
Stop bullying me. Look, I'm not saying it's because you're a man, but men bully women with mansplaining and gotcha questions.
And yet I am a man. It sounds like you're giving more evidence that I'm just bullying you.
I never said that. Stop putting words in my mouth.
Is there a chance that you don't know what you said?
Of course not. I know what I said because I know what I feel. You're deliberately misunderstanding me to put me down. It's very insulting.
I hear that you feel insulted.
I didn't say that. I said you're being insulting. You're a bully.
Again, you're more than entitled to form your own opinion about what I am. I'm having trouble with you stating it as fact, as though if I don't share your opinion, I'm denying reality.
I never said you're denying reality.
Well, that's what I heard in so many words.
Well, you heard wrong.
According to you.
You misheard.
And again, you're sure of that because...
Because I know what I said, and I know what I meant because I know what I feel. You don't get to tell me what I feel.
No, I don't get to tell you what you feel. But I'm wondering if you think I have the right to form my own interpretation of what you're really feeling.
I'm telling you what I feel. If you don't trust me, you're being an insulting bully.
So we should trust everyone to know what they're really feeling. We should take everyone's word for it.
Of course. Or at least you should trust me. You owe me that. I've already told you I'm open-minded.
Let me ask you this. Do people ever not know what they feel?
Some people.
What kind of people?
People who don't know themselves the way they should.
So apparently some people might say they're not angry when they are.
Sure, I suppose. Especially when they're angry, they might not know what they're feeling.
Or might not want to admit it.
Sure.
They might say they're not angry. They might claim that they're being perfectly reasonable when they're not.
Sure, some people.
And if you were dealing with someone like that, would you have to believe them or you'd be insulting them?
Another gotcha question.
Amen. That's your interpretation. It could be right, but I'm still wondering if you think it's not okay for me to not simply take your diagnosis of me as fact.
I didn't say the word diagnosis. Stop putting words in my mouth. You're just bullying me.
Do you want to hear how I think about this?
I already told you I did. I said I'm open-minded.
I think we're each entitled to our interpretation. No one gets to tell us how we have to interpret each other. You get your opinion and I get mine.
That's where you're wrong. I don't have to change my mind just because you see things differently.
No, we agree. You don't have to change your mind. But I'm saying that goes both ways. I shouldn't have to change my mind because you see things differently either. You're entitled to interpret me any way that feels true to you. You get to say I'm a bully and I get to say I'm not.
But you are.
I hear you. You think I'm a bully.
I can tell you are.
And why?
Again, because you should take my word for what I feel and what I say.
Okay, we disagree about that. I don't think you owe me or I owe you agreement.
But you should trust me, and you don't.
And I should because...
Because I already told you. I'm trustworthy, and it's insulting not to take my word for it.
I'm fine with us disagreeing about that.
I'm not. I won't be bullied.
Okay, but can we get back to your criticism of my theory that we're all a little needy, that we all need affirmation, we all like to feel safe, and like we're exceptionally good and kind and honest and trustworthy?
Yeah, I think your theory is completely wrong.
And why? Please tell me why you disagree with it.
Other people are needy, not me.
So you don't think it's completely wrong, you just think that there are exceptions.
Again, you're not listening. I said your theory is right, just not about people like me.
I heard both that you think it's completely wrong and that it's right about some people but not others.
You're making me sound inconsistent. That's insulting. You misunderstand me, and now I'm sure it's just to make me look bad.
What did you say then?
I said, I agree with your theory. I just want to have a good conversation, but you wanted to start a fight.